Hey everybody, LC Clemens here with the January vlog. So it's our first vlog of the year. And I have never been more excited for a new year. I think part of it has to do with the fact that I have really taken the time to do more things for myself, taking more steps in my writer's journey and my reading journey for myself. Last year, I swear, was such a mess for me. I'm not sure what happened or excuse me, or if someone decided I'm just messing with my diva ring light just real quick here. I want to make it just a teensy bit, see if I can get any brighter or lower. Nah, I'm just gonna keep it brighter. I'm wearing my blue light glasses. I've been doing this weird thing where I've been just collecting a crap ton of blue light glasses. Don't ask me what it is. Right now I'm wearing I always wanted the circle glasses. My sister's got the huge ones. I just got the smaller ones. And I got like a cat eye pair coming. I'm using it because when I use my iMac at night, I don't want to deal with eye strain. I deal with eye strain with my regular job, so I use an actual reading glasses with that anti-reflective coating that helps, because on my work computer I can't just change the font like I can do on my iMac, where I can make it so that I just have to use blue light instead of just making the font like 10 times bigger. But on to this vlog, I guess I decided to, by the way, this is like my third take of doing this. Repping my little Bakugo shirt here because I'm a My Hero Academia fan. Yeah, in my 30s, I'm still love an anime. But anyway, part of what I'm doing, my new goals, I just want to, kind of map them out and kind of go from there. The first thing is the way things are going. I skipped NaNoWriMo last year. I skipped JanuWriMo. I think that's what they're doing this year. I'm probably going to skip Camp NaNoWriMo because I'm starting to figure out my pacing or how I want to do this. I don't want to get to the point where with writing it becomes a rat race per se. So the first thing is, I finished my outline for Act 2. When I read my first draft, I got so many plot holes, and I think part of it was the setting. I didn't stretch out more of the world building or the characterization like I should have. And part of it is the story was kind of written during Nano. I'm not blaming everything on Nano. Most of it's me. But with the Save the Cat method that I'm using right now, it is actually kind of helping. So I just want to go at my own pace right now. So with that being said, the first goal is to get this this outline done. I'm hoping to have it done before the month is out. And I'm pretty much mostly through Act 2 and getting ready to transition into Act 3. So the last third of Act 2 is being written down right now. And then Act 3 is going to get started. And then boom, I'm done. And then we can start into the writing process. So I'm hoping like I said, at the end of this month, I'm hoping this is done. Then the next step is the actual writing, which I'm going to do split between my AlphaSmart, my iMac, and my iPad. Now, I know that sounds really crazy, but hear me out. Because I work on my work computer 8 hours a day, so I get up in the morning, I do my workout routine. I have PCOS, so I have to work out, and I have to change my diet. That has changed a lot of things. That's part of the reason why I wasn't vlogging in 2021 or podcasting in 2021 as I'm doing right now, because I had to get myself into a pace or a pattern that will work for me. PCOS stands for polycystic ovary syndrome, meaning I have a hormone imbalance. Some women get hair, like I get hair, but I use Nair to get most of it off. Or you get hair loss, insulin resistance, the biggest thing. We lose weight. It's really difficult for us to lose weight and to have children, and there's a lot of myriad other stuff. There are plenty of channels out there. There's plenty of research out there if you want to know about PCOS. But I'm getting to the point where I've been struggling with my weight loss journey for a year. Then I started studying more on PCOS and medication. Like, I'm not taking like 20 different things of medicine. That's not the point. But I am taking something like Ivositol, which is gentler than metformin, which makes me sleepy. There's a lot of stuff I'm doing. And then I have to change up my diet. Like, I kind of knew I was lactose intolerant. Meaning I can't drink regular milk, I usually drink lactate. But it turns out that dairy products can affect your weight loss and there's inflammation. So I might eat cheese, but it's like this much cheese in my entire life. Milk is kind of like if I'm really like in a lazy mood, yeah, I'll eat a bowl of cereal with latte, but that's about it. I try to avoid much dairy as possible because dairy causes inflammation. I'm just giving you, some facts. But that was part of the reason why, and then I get into a workout routine. I like doing dumbbell workouts, so I'm doing a lot more dumbbell workouts. I got my treadmill. I could at least do 30 minutes, so every other day I'm doing strength and treadmill, so I'm hoping that will work. I just hurt my back, ironically, because I was doing a deadlift, and I pulled something in my back, so I have to get back into strength workout routines. Right now I'm just doing perfectly, like, cardio, but I'm getting back into it come Monday. Today's Saturday, and by the time I probably post this, probably Monday or Tuesday, probably Sunday. I don't know. Whenever I post it, just to let you know, I did this video on a Saturday night. So, there was that. Then, my job keeps flipping if we're going to lose our job or not. So, I'm at the point where, I have to work on my mental health. It's stressful because I've been at this job. This coming August will be 9 years. And I've been doing this for so long that it's hard to do something else, if that makes sense. And, if I'm no longer at the company, I'll probably reveal all the information. I probably talked about it in one video, but like all the information about the job and what I was doing. So there's that. So there was a lot of combinations on top of everything else that my writing took the back seat. But this year I'm pushing. It's not like this new year, new me stuff. I'm not doing all this extra stuff, but I'm at the point where I kind of want to do better with my writing journey, if that makes sense. So part of what I'm doing is I am going to be doing a lot more writing, doing a lot more reading. Like I said, at the end of this month, I should be done Act 2 and Act 3, and then we can get into the drafting process. I literally have a lot of books. I'm going to read a ton more books this year. That's the second goal, to read a ton more books, which is actually fueling my writing. I don't know if anybody's ever been a fan of Stephen King, but Stephen King does say if you want to be a better writer, you gotta read more. So instead of me reading like 2 or 3, now it was more than 2 or 3 books, but I am on that drive to read more. Like I just finished As the Shoe Fits, which was an okay book. I just didn't like the ending, if that makes sense. It was okay, but then that ending, it just kind of went for me. And I think part of it is because if you read it, you'll know some references to the actual 1950s, 40s or 50s, I want to say, Disney movie. Like, the stepmom's Lady Tremaine, but, Anastasia is Anna, Drusilla is Drew, the 3 mice are Lady Tremaine's kids. To be fair, she's not an evil stepmom in this. She's just, she's career focused more than anything else. So there's that. She's not evil. I mean, it was okay. It was just the ending because kind of irritated the crap out of me. That's what I wanted to say. And to be fair, maybe because that's the first book I read by that particular writer. I can't remember her name. It's Julie. I should remember her name because I just read that book finished reading it like 2 hours ago. But it's Julie. I'll just put it up somewhere in this video. There you go. Anyway, but I have a list of books. Some of them were from BookTok, and some of them were from BookTube. And some of them are just Amazon advertisements. So I put a list down instead of me just buying books and buying them, because I know it's a pattern with myself. I will buy people's books, but then I'll forget to read them because I'll see something else. So I'm like, I'm just going to go down the list of books, and we'll kind of go from there. And speaking of books, BookTok, eventually I've noticed some things about BookTok and BookTube. I don't really want to get into it in this video, but somewhere down the line this year I will be talking about BookTok. It's not 100% negative if that's what everybody's thinking. No, it's just that there's stuff I noticed. I'll get into that later, but the goal is to read a crap ton more books. I have a list of that. Then I also, before the year was out, I downloaded all these free books from I think it was from Red Feather Romance. They were giving out free books. It was a couple of ebooks. It was like a huge list of all these genres of books. I basically got erotica and romance, like 1 or 2 sci-fi books, high fantasy. They were free, and I said, okay, let me just download them, and I want to read them. And that's still part of the list, but I want to get through the list first before I go through this whole list of free books. So my book reading, it's going to be like up here, sky high somewhere. That's going to be my goal for this year. Now, the third thing I want to talk about is my podcasting. Yes, my podcasting took a huge backseat last year, and it shouldn't have taken such a backseat. You know, it should have been, I'm paying money to do a website, to do my podcast. So I should really be, if you see my eyes going this way, it's because I'm using my DJI Osmo and it's tracking me, and it's hard to stare at the little thing which is right here, pointing right at it, when the phone is like this. So I'm staring at the phone, now I'm staring at the, it makes it weird, but anyway, it's just so I can stay in focus. But anyway, podcasting is going to get a little better this year. The problem with last year was there was only so much news for books, writing, and publishing. A lot of stuff became stagnant. The most prominent thing I noticed was, besides Simon & Schuster just taking over everything publishing wise, there was a lawsuit with Amazon, and there was a lawsuit with Disney over Star Wars. That was pretty much it. I mean, oh yeah, and the Gabby Hanna thing. I already did an episode on that. Don't want to talk about her anymore. It is what it is. It wasn't like that much out there. But this year, you know, I already got one episode down. I'm hoping at least get 5 or 6 episodes down. Depending on how my living situation's going on. I'm still gonna be here. It's just that I'm dealing with a roommate situation right now with my husband. My husband and I have a roommate. Don't really want to get into it, but it's hard to record when you have many people in this house. And I'm hoping this year I can get more podcast episodes out when I get through, you know, get around, you know, just get better with it. I already did one. I'm thinking about doing one on problematic booktubers. I haven't really decided yet because I have to do a lot of research to do that. And the other thing is, the footage I used was my gameplay footage. Like I was doing Resident Evil 2. The last one I did was The Sims 3, which is still good. I don't care what anybody says. Sims 3 is like the best Sims game to me. Some people argue 2. I argue 3 because 3 at least had, you know, was modernized, and 4 what. That's how I feel about 4. I have it, and it was like, okay, I'm bored. That's basically Sims 4 for me. Sims 3 was much, much better. Anyway, podcast episodes are coming back. I'm still going to do podcasting. It's just going to take just a teensy bit more time to get more research done before I do them. I also need to get gameplay footage. I'm trying to figure out a way to get my Xbox Series X to play footage to my iMac, and I'm thinking I'm going to have to bite the bullet and buy an Elgato capture card and buy more cords. And I don't know what it is. I think it's from being raised by older people, but I swear to God, I'm starting to take on the mannerisms of both my mother and my grandparents, where they don't like a million cords sticking out of everything, and especially since it's a tripping hazard. So I think I'm gonna have to bite the bullet and get Elgato, because before I was using OneCast. OneCast went when Xbox Series X came. They have no plans so far, as developers have said, to adapt to the Series X. And part of that's because of Microsoft. Microsoft does not want you recording gameplay footage unless you buy their stupid cloud system. And less said about that, the better. I still got to figure it out, but again, I might just bite the bullet and get it Elgato, and I'm debating how I'm even going to do that, because again, I'm supposed to lose my job at the end of the year, so I got to figure that, how I'm going to squeeze that into my finances. But podcasting is going. I just have to figure out how I'm going to do the medium. And the part of the reason why I do gameplay footage for my podcasting is because I do not like just having the logo up there and just sounding off audio with lo-fi music. It doesn't feel right, if that makes perfect sense. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like, you know, something genuine that I can do. Gameplay footage, at least you're being slightly entertained by me getting murdered by Mr. X on Resident Evil 2, or getting killed by Nemesis in Resident Evil 3. Okay, look, I'm just gonna admit it. I love Resident Evil games, so I haven't played okay, let me just I played 1, the remake, 2, the remake, 3, the remake. I've never played 2 and 3 because my parents didn't let me have a game console until I was darn near 16. 4 was my first, and I played that because of a friend in college. Then I got it on I have it on Xbox on download. 5 I played. 6 I dropped off. I think 6 think somewhere in my house. I think I might got rid of that to get the new Xbox. I cannot remember off the top of my head. Then I have 7 and I have Village. I refuse to get rid of 7 and I have Village. So, yeah. I have plenty of Resident Evil footage I can play. I just need to record it to get it attached to the podcast, if that makes sense. I mean, I could do The Sims, but I don't think anybody's really interested in Sims gameplay. I mean, if you are, you can just put it down in the comments below, but I don't think a lot of people are. So, podcast it's coming. So, in short, podcast is coming back. Now, the other thing is, someone's already offered to, help me with my website. My website sucks. I'm fully aware that my website sucks. I'm 100% aware my website sucks. I just do not have the finances necessary to do. I'm trying really hard not to put everything on credit. I already know I gotta do myself. Sometimes I want to put self-publishing on credit and pay it off. But until I find a new job that pays at least 40, I'm just asking for 40 or 42,000. Hopefully with the state, I don't know. Like, I'm not asking for a lot of money, but just enough to pay my bills every month and hopefully have a kid. So I have to put, I'm trying not, I'm rambling, but the whole point is I got to get that website revamped. I'm probably going to take a couple of classes. I'm probably going to take a couple classes at the community college if I really need to bite the bullet. I'm trying not to spend a lot of money, but if they can help me or someone can help me do a website building, that'd be, within financial reason, I probably need to talk to. I know who I need to talk to, but I'm just pointing out there that I know my website sucks if you've been on there, but I'm working on it. Now, the final thing is I'm thinking about doing other YouTube videos besides writing. And I'm not leaving AuthorTube because everybody talking about I'm leaving AuthorTube. I'm doing this. I'll just do drop blah, 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 blah. I don't get into any of that. I really don't, because it doesn't benefit me. It doesn't benefit anybody. If we want to, start controversy, we might as well just become a commentary channel. That's how I feel. And commentary channels are right now, well, they've always been for the most part. We just kind of, a lot of authors go for the tea. We're here for the tea. We kind of like a little bit of drama once in a while. But when it comes to stuff like the channel, I want to do more like narratives, like My Hero Academia, because I'm a huge My Hero Academia fan. But problem is, I am not a great editor. You probably can tell from this video I'm not a great editor, so I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do this. I know one person who could possibly do it, but I'm afraid to ask this person. Their name, not her, it's they. Their name is Cody. They do a podcast for the Phoenix, not at podcast. They do editing for the Phoenix Diva, and they use they pronouns, and I'm going to respect that person's pronouns. They. I'm afraid of using Cody, or asking Cody to do editing for me. I'm like super afraid because I don't know what Cody's costs are. And also, I don't want to bombard Cody more than what they are already doing. So if they're doing editing for someone else, I don't want to put them on there. For the most part, I do my editing myself. It's just easy to kind of do it myself. It's cheaper. I'm the one with the super computer, as my family has called it, because I spent about roughly $4,000 on the thing. But anyway, and I spent roughly $4,000 because I wanted to make just a small story. The reason why I spent $4,000 on a freaking iMac is because I wanted a computer that lasts me 10 plus years, and the last MacBook I had was welded in and only lasted me 5 years, and I was pissed off because the last one I had lasted me 10 years. So what's going on here? And I know someone's gonna put, "Well, Ebba sucks" in the chat. I'm like, look, I'm just gonna be real with y'all. I work with Apple at work. Microsoft at work. Here's the problem. For some particular bewildering reason, ever since Windows Vista came out, I have had horrible luck with Windows products. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm cursed or whatever, but every Windows computer I've had after Windows Vista, especially during Windows Vista, went or broke apart or some type of technical issue. Like right now, I have Windows Boot Camp on a hard drive for my Mac because I refuse to take up hard drive space for that thing, and it's giving me compatibility issues. It's giving me irritations. So that's why I'm saying Um, I have terrible luck with Windows. I mean, if there's a chance, I'm not going to get a Google computer. That's not going to happen. I already know people who got Google computers and they just tell me don't get them. If I get a Windows computer, which by the way, I'm just going on tangent here. Windows is starting to become like the Mac. You know, they're doing a lot of hardware stuff that's similar to the Mac, so it doesn't shock me, because a lot of the Apple users are kind of frustrated with Apple and the way they do their products. But for me personally, like I said, I have horrible luck with Windows products. I don't know what it is. I don't know if Windows just, the software hates me. My work computer is fine. But when I do it independently outside, because the work has limitations. My work computer has limitations, only lets us do so much because of us working from home and with the security stuff we have to do. But when it comes to the doggone personal computers, every time I do it, there's a virus, which I don't even know how I'm getting a virus when I don't, you know, they don't have the same security. There's like, I like my Apple mostly for its products and the fact that I don't have to worry about getting a virus. But every time I use a freaking Windows computer, boom, virus, boom, spyware, boom, malware, boom, hack. And I have to sit here for like a couple days just to fix it on my own. So I was at the point where I was like, forget it, I'll just get Apple. So that's my little tangent. It's not that I'm unlucky with Windows products. I have tried on multiple occasions. My brother does Windows. He is a pro Windows fan. One of my ex-boyfriends, who's actually a close friend of mine, he will rant and rave about Windows till the cows come home. And I literally went on a tangent, I think 2 weeks ago with him, and I was like, dude, it's the same product no matter what you get. I'll give you a great example. You know how everybody fights with Apple and Samsung products, and everybody was like, well, you know, Apple is just copying off of Samsung and Apple's not that superior. And I'm just in there looking at people as they have these debates. I'm like, you guys know you're buying the same product, right? Literally, it's the same product. The only difference is Samsung has an audio jack and Apple doesn't. Like, well, Samsung has a better camera. No one really cares about the camera as much as you think you do. The only people who do that are Instagram models, TikTok models, people who have to be on the internet all the time. Regular Joes like myself, we could give a freak less about this. In fact, you know what's ironic? I'm using a DJI Pocket to do this video. I am doing a DJI Pocket, which has about the same camera settings as a Samsung and an Apple. iPhone 11 has the same capabilities. You know why I'm not using my iPhone or my Samsung if I had a Samsung phone? Because it takes up memory on your phones. So it's easier to use a product that's specifically for videos and pictures. Ironically, that's what the phones are for, pictures. But it's not meant for like YouTube videos. It's meant for TikTok. You can use TikTok on here. But it's not meant for long form videos like I'm doing right now. So I am going on a tangent. This video is going to be one of my longer videos, and I really don't care. But yeah, it's not that much of a difference. People fight, and it's really the only thing I think everybody should be angry about is the fact that the prices are $1,500 for a freaking phone. And I had a whole conversation about that too. I was like, $1,500 for. And guess what? You think Apple's expensive? Get the new Samsung Galaxy phone. It's about the same price. People think it's cheaper. I'm like, nah, it's about the same price, guys. I mean, Google's probably the cheapest, but I don't want to get into Google problems right now. But there is a truck going by, and it's obnoxiously loud. But yeah, that's the thing people should get angry about. I'm even more angry about the fact that my phone cost me. This phone was only $600, but that's because I go one step down. I don't care about being the newest product. My mom has a 12. I have an 11. My mother has a 12 Pro. She's like, well, it's got a first period camera. I'm like, Mom, it's the same damn phone. It's the same thing. But anyway, I spent only $600 on this phone. Probably, no, $750? Yeah, about $750. And trust me, that's on the cheap side for any smartphone, except for Google. I have not read any great reviews about Google phones, so I'm not going to get one. I'm really going on a tangent about phones, but I'm just saying in general, like, people get mad about the product, but I'm like, you're the ones who keep buying it. If you stop buying all these products, which right now, because we're going into inflation because of 2020, I doubt we're probably going to see anything cheaper right now, but I'm just, pointing out that little caveat of information. But anyway, back to the writing stuff. Back to the YouTube video. Like, I think I'm going to do YouTube videos, but I just have to figure out time and spacing. That's basically what I'm trying to say. This video went longer than I thought it was going to be. But again, this is like the third take, so I'm trying to do as much as I can. But anyway, if you're here, thank you for watching. I'm gonna just wrap up the video because I know I'm going overboard. I'm definitely going overboard, but thank you for watching the video. If you want to, like, subscribe to the channel. I do have links in the description below. I have a coffee thing if you want to buy me a cup of coffee, I guess. I'm not a great promoter. Like, I'm just doing this because I do like to do vlogs once in a while, or just do more vlogs, but I'm not going to beg anybody for money. You know, we're in a tough times as this. I'm not just talking about 2020 for the last, not just 2020. It just started, like, I think when the angry Cheeto became president, like, stuff kind of went. So I refuse to beg people for money. That's just me. You know, I'm not into this whole struggle love or anything like that. It's just that I'm not going to get myself to a point where I'm going to start begging viewers for money or beg for viewership. You know, people have issues. People have their own personal issues and personal finances, and I refuse to do that to people. So I do have coffee. If you want to do coffee, you can. Like and subscribe. I'm not good at ending videos, but anyway, you know what? This is it. It's the end of the video. January is done. January vlog is done. I will talk with you guys again soon. See ya.